Okay, Lisa, what you say? I think we'll get rolling. Sound good?
Sounds
All
good.
right. So hello, everyone. We're so glad to have you all join us this evening. And I'm Leanne. I'm one of the Associate Directors in Career and Professional Development. And we're going to spend just a little bit of time this evening talking about how we can be helpful for you, but then, of course, really concentrate on Handshake. So you have an opportunity to learn all that that can do to help you in your job search process and beyond. So first I'm going to have my colleague, who I'm so excited to have join me this evening, Lisa Booth, introduce herself. So Lisa, go ahead.
Thank you, Leanne. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Booth, and I'm the Employer Relations Industry Manager. I have been with Career and Professional Development for many years and have worked with lots of employers, and students. I've managed our on-campus interviewing program. And so I'm really excited to be here to talk to you all a little more about Handshake.
Thank you, Lisa. And as I said, my name's Leanne, and I too have been here many, many years. Lisa and I have worked together for a long time here at Virginia Tech. I'm getting ready to go on year number 24. You all are probably way too young to even remember this, but when we started out in Henderson Hall, that's where I met Lisa. So yes, we have been here a while and we've enjoyed every minute of it. I actually lead one of the teams that serves several of our colleges. So of course, the Pamplin College of Business, that's why I'm here this evening, the College of Ag and Life Sciences, the College of Science, and the College of Natural Resources and Environment. And please know, you all, I am your direct contact with our office for the Pamplin College of Business. So please keep that in mind. Reach out to me via Handshake for appointments, and I'm going to be happy to work with you. Now, first thing, we want to just start off and get to know y'all a little bit better. And hey, it's close to dinner time. I know my stomach's getting a little growly here, but I just heard a couple days ago where more snacks have been bought during COVID-19 than at any other time. And everybody has their favorite snacks, evidently, their go-tos, if you will. Lisa, you want to share what yours are?
Sure. I told Leanne mine when I'm in the office is Three Musketeers. I'm a big Three Musketeer fan, and just those tiny snack Three Musketeers do me just right. Working at home, I seem to have gotten in the habit of making no-bake cookies. Some people may know them as preacher cookies, but my husband loves them, and I have found that is my excuse for making them and then eating them.
Oh gosh, and they look so good too. All right, so for me, working in the office, peanut M&Ms. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not lying to you. I'm going to show you something. So right here in my little stash, here's where they're sitting, okay? I truly do have these back behind me at any time. And then when I'm working remotely, this is when I can be really bad. Popcorn, love it. And then chocolate chip, cookie dough, ice cream, anything in that regard. So that's my primary weakness. So just out of curiosity now, and let's make sure that our chat function is working well. What's your all's go-to snack now? What things do you turn to when you get a little hungry in all this Zooming world that we're doing here? Drop some things in the chat for us. Oh yes, Reese's Pieces, Pringles, Jesus. Now I am going to be hungry after all this. Oh, excellent. I see some themes running through here too. Lots of Pringles. Oh, another peanut M&M fan. Yeah. All right.
Great.
Oh, we've got a healthy person. Very good. Pretzels.
They're good frozen too. Grapes are great frozen.
Yes. All right. I'm liking your all's food taste for sure. So excellent. Very good. Thanks for sharing those. Thanks for that. So now let me talk a little bit about what career and professional development can do for you. And some of you may have certainly already used our office, and some I'm certain will continue to explore, think of ways and what you want to do with your awesome majors that you've chosen, and we're certainly happy to help you with that. Think of that exploration process as you getting to know yourself well. So in other words, what are your interests, your skills, your values, your personality preferences, and how might those complement the directions that you're wishing to choose? We are happy to have those conversations with you in our office, and absolutely you're welcome to take self-assessments to learn a little bit more about you. We have great resources for exploring majors, so don't hesitate to take us up on that. Another great word to remember is experience. That whole idea of gaining those wonderful internship opportunities or co-op, undergraduate research, leadership roles in student organization, volunteer work. Think of all those wonderful things that you have done and will continue to do to help set yourself aside with your resume. And certainly, once more, we are more than happy to have these discussions with you, talk about the search for those internships or those co-op opportunities, and do whatever we can to assist you in that process. And then once more, developing those competencies. You see on this list, and we like to call this your professional edge, if you will. These are all things our employers are going to be looking for. Communication, of course, teamwork and interpersonal skills, leadership, professionalism and productivity, creativity and problem solving, as well as having a great global perspective. So we have wonderful information on these on our website, and would certainly encourage you to take a look at those. And we are again happy to have those conversations with you of ways you started working in these areas and other ways you might wish to gain experience in these areas. It's not that the employers are going to expect you to have this all 100% down and that you are totally ready to move forward in all these areas, but that you are aware of them, you are learning about them, you're gaining experience and skill sets in these areas, and truly these are going to be competencies you'll continue to develop as you move forward in your professional lifetime. And then finally, helping you all get ready to leave us. That always makes us a little sad, but we also get very excited for you. So making sure that your resume, your cover letter, what are all the resources to assist you in this job search process, whether it's off to employment or off to graduate school. We stand ready to help you in all of those things. And I want you to know that I hope you all feel very, very blessed. For you have your career services in Pamplin, Jen, and with Hannah, who work so well with you all and offer you so many outstanding opportunities. And what we want to do is complement the good work that they do. So please don't hesitate now to take advantage of the things that we also can offer you. One more little topic that I want to cover, because the students have asked a lot of questions about COVID-19 and how that might be impacting the job market and as you're preparing in the job search. And the main thing that I want you to know, and I think you've heard this from many people now, we've heard that this summer, we're still hearing this, that we're all in this together, and we truly are. You all as students, our employers, all of us that work here at the university, whether we're in the office or working remotely, we're all here to try to be of assistance to you and all our customers in this process. So please know that we are here for you virtually. We are happy to schedule appointments with you via Zoom as well as phone, and absolutely that can happen through Handshake. Advising appointments, don't you hesitate to schedule those as you need on any of the topics I have just mentioned. So please, please make sure that you get on our calendars as you need. Our website, you can see shared here. Certainly that's not in lieu of us, but additional information to get you started or to help you move forward on things until you're ready to speak to us, because certainly that's there for you 24/7. And we know that sometimes you've got questions at 10 at night or 2 in the morning. You all have very different schedules, right, when you were in college. So please know, get good information from that website, but always follow up with appointments so we can add additional information or clarify things for you. I know many of you have already participated in a career fair and maybe getting ready for others. And I've gotten many questions about this. Is that how in the world did we prepare? Well, number one, again, I was so impressed with all the preparation that put into Business Horizons and making sure you all knew how to operate within that new venue. Pamplin Career Services did an excellent job, the Business Horizons Executive Council, so kudos to everybody associated with that. There's great resources there. We have wonderful resources again on our website. And just know you are still you're still preparing that wonderful resume, your elevator pitch, you're deciding what to wear, you're still presenting yourself well. Sometimes you have that video chat option, other times it's in chatting itself. And so in all those ways, you're going to represent yourself still to the best of your ability. And remain very, very ready to assist you in all those areas. Our employers, I've been so impressed with our employers. I know Lisa can second this too. Ever since last spring, when we all had to do that immediate pivot and go totally remotely, and practically all of our students went home. And so here employers immediately were asking, how can they be helpful? What can they do to be of assistance? So panels in the summer, preparing things to work with our students this fall. Oh my goodness, all the wonderful things that Pamplin Career Services has scheduled for you all. I've attended a lot of those and the employers have been amazing. And I hope you have heard and will continue to hear how much they want to be as helpful to you as they can. And again, we're all in this together. We're all learning lots of new technology together. We're helping each other out. And I am just so, so pleased with the way that everyone is offering that helping hand to every aspect of this process in the job search. Professionalism in the virtual world, don't forget now that it's still going to be important to practice those interviews. Whether you're going to practice via interview stream, a great resource that's available to you 24/7 to practice, or to practice with us over Zoom. Please make sure that you still have those opportunities to take advantage of that, because you want to represent yourself well virtually also. What's that background look like? Is your attire appropriate? How's your body language? Good eye contact, all of those things. So please know we certainly want to help you in those areas as well. These last two bullet points, please remember these. Be flexible, adaptable, and always ready to pivot. We all have to remember that. I heard an employer say the other day that you all are learning and getting to practice some of the key skills that they appreciate: flexibility and adaptability. So they know you're going to be very talented in those areas by the time you're ready to join them. So keep practicing and do well in those areas. And once more, I can't remind you enough, let's all demonstrate grace to one another. And again, help each other out as we move forward in this academic year. So one more little chat activity I've got for you guys right now. So we're real curious, and this is going to help Lisa out as we move forward into talking about Handshake. So please, just in the chat box, you see you have, I've never heard of Handshake. That's why I'm here, to learn about it. I have heard of Handshake. I want to know more. Or hey, I use Handshake. So just put in that chat, whichever one of those words, never heard or used, applies to you, so we can get a sense of what we're going with this evening and what your expertise area is. All right, excellent. I'm seeing a nice mixture. Is that what you're seeing, Lisa?
That's exactly what I'm seeing.
Excellent. Okay, that's going to be super helpful. So for the folks who've never heard, you're going to want to dive into this once this presentation's finished. Those who have heard, I hope you're going to learn lots more that's going to help you learn how to use Handshake even more in depth. And those that you have used it, I know you're going to walk away with some new things to put to your use in Handshake. So with that being said, I am going to turn this over to Lisa and let her get rolling. Now, Lisa, do you have control of the slides? Will it let you work it, or do I do that for you? Did you try?
I don't think it'll allow me.
Okay, I will be happy to drive for you. You just tell me when. So I'm going to go ahead and go to your first slide, and you just tell me when to advance.
Great. The first slide.
Okay. Can you see it? I did advance it.
I'm not seeing it.
Oh.
It's not good.
Should see your Handshake home landing page.
Is everyone else seeing the landing page? Ah. It's probably my internet.
Oh,
that would
being
be
ugly too.
Yes, yes. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this anyway.
You can do it. I have the utmost faith in you, Lisa.
There, I've got it. Yay.
Yes. All right.
We'll try.
See,
Okay.
we're all having grace.
There you go. So what you all are seeing here is the landing page or the home page for Handshake. For those of you who've never used Handshake, it's a great resource for you to look for jobs, to find out about employers, to find out about events that our office is holding, schedule appointments with our staff. And there's just so many different uses. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this and talk about a couple of things, and then I'll move on to some specific things, and we'll talk a little more about those. So you'll see that the link is on this on the landing page, and that's how you'll connect to Handshake. Or you can actually connect to it from our Career Services landing page as well. Leanne. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is your profile. Your profile is really important. And when you first log in to Handshake and you start to work on your profile, the thing to remember is that your profile is hidden from employers at that point. So all the changes that you're making, everything that you're doing is actually hidden from employers at that point. You have to go in and actually make your profile public so that employers can see that. One of the things that you want to try to do is actually upload your resume to your profile, because what that does is it helps you with all of your interests and skills. It helps to fill out some of those forms so that you don't have to do that yourself. You have the option, of course, to go in and edit that as you need to once you've uploaded your resume. And as I mentioned, basically, you know, it's going to include an area for your skills, your interest, you know, your education. It's going to ask for your organizations and extracurricular activity. You're even going to be able to put in there courses that you've taken and projects that you've worked on. And the thing about this is really important because those employers who search the database, that information is useful to them, and those are the things they're searching on. Leanne? The next thing I want to talk about is documents. So you're able to actually upload documents into Handshake in addition to your resume. We have some employers who will ask you to provide them with a cover letter or a transcript. You might hear from someone who wants a writing sample. And so it's good to just have those kinds of things ready in the event that you reach out to an employer, you look at a job and that job is requiring that information. That way it's ready and there at your fingertips. Leanne. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the Career Center. that is actually where you'll go to get information about upcoming fairs and events. So right now in the system, just to give you some idea, we have about 40 virtual events that are going on, maybe even closer to 50. And these are events that employers are holding. Remote information sessions, they're doing actually doing employer open hours. So, you know, you can go in and you can actually talk to the employer. You're also going to be able to schedule your appointments. And you'll notice here, there's a graphic that shows you, you'll click on appointments. And once you've clicked on the appointments, then you'll choose a category. And after that category, it'll take you through the process of determining what time you want to have the appointment. And you'll find out at that point, when you set it up, who you'll actually be meeting with. And so that's a great resource for you. The review of our resources, of career and professional development resources, this is a great little resource for you. When you go into review the career and professional development resources, it's going to have other things that take you, other links that take you directly to other services that we offer, different opportunities for you to connect with employers, and to work on your my brain just to work on your resume, to work on actually just defining what it is that you want to do. Focus is one of those. And so you can access things like Going Global, Interview Stream, which is a great resource for you. You can access I'm trying to, let me grab this really quickly. You can access the Hokie Mentorship Connect. I don't know how many of you are participating in Hokie Mentorship, but it's a great opportunity that's offered through our office. And you have the opportunity to actually connect with people in your field who are doing the work that you would like to do. And so you're actually able to connect to alumni and have them mentor you. So that's another great resource. And there's lots more. And then I'll talk just really quickly about experiences. Experiences is really for a select group of students that are participating in the co-op and internship program. If you are planning to participate, you're planning to take a co-op experience. If you're planning to have an internship, maybe during the fall or the spring semester, it's really great to use this service to participate in a formal program where you can still be enrolled. So you can go out on your summer or your internship for the fall and the spring semester and still be an enrolled student. Leanne. Okay, so jobs. The first thing that I'll say about this is there are jobs added every day. We are seeing an average of 200 plus jobs added each day. And of course, that's, you know, over a variety of types of industries, but it's a great resource for you when you're actively seeking a job. Or if you just want to go in and see what kinds of jobs are out there, you know, research, you know, what, depending on what your interest is, jobs in that area, just to find out, you know, the types of employers that are there. So active jobs, when you log into Handshake, the thing that you're going to see when you click on jobs is it'll immediately bring up active jobs. So those jobs that are currently being filled. Something to remember about that is you're not going to see any expired jobs, you're only going to see those jobs that are available to you at that point. The more you use Handshake, the more that list of active jobs is really catered to what you are interested in doing. It will basically search by major, by industry, area of interest, those kinds of things, so that when you log in, you're able to see exactly what it is that you are seeking. The Save Jobs feature is really nice. You can actually save a search. So if you conduct a search, let's say for marketing, and you're looking for marketing employers, you can save that search, and then you'll get an email when new jobs become available. You'll have to make changes to your profile. In your profile, there's an area where you are asked how you want to be notified about certain things. And so you can select, I want to be notified by email, I want to be notified, by logging into Handshake. And so whatever you choose there, if you choose one or both, that's how you'll be notified when those things come up. And I've actually got the favorited button there as well. You can favorite jobs. And so if you favorite jobs, you're going to be able to quickly go back to those jobs that you have an interest in and apply. So if you, if you want to go through, there's 15 or 20 jobs, let's say, that you're interested in. And when you've actually read through them, you favorited 5, you can actually go back and quickly get into that application process. You're also going to see your applications. Applications is anything that you have done on Handshake where you have applied to a job. And you'll actually see what your status is in that job, assuming that the employer changes the status. And so you might see that your application is pending. You might see that the employer it has an interest in you, that they're inviting you for an interview. And so that's just a really nice way to keep up with everything that you've done. You know what applications you have. I've heard, a lot of students say that this is really helpful for them because they don't have to worry about, oh, did I apply to that company or did I apply to that particular company? This is a good way to keep up with that. The other is find employers. And so what's really interesting about this is you're able to go in, you're able to follow employers. So you can find employers that you're interested in and you can follow them. And that way, if they ever post a job or if they participate in on-campus interviews, you can immediately be notified and, follow up by applying and or participating in the on-campus interviewing program. And now that does take us to participating in the on-campus interviewing program. In the past, our on-campus interviewing program has actually been on-campus interviews. So some of you may have participated in the past, for an internship or a co-op position, most likely an internship. We are still conducting interviews. They are virtual this year. And so we have employers who are in the system, and we get new employers every day that are seeking to conduct interviews through Zoom, through Microsoft Teams, different resources that they're going to use to reach out to you. It's really great having, when we're able to have them actually on campus. We have 27 interview rooms, and during those busy times, we're completely booked. And it's sad that we're in this position right now, but employers have really enjoyed creating schedules and still being able to participate in this process so that they can connect with you. Leanne. So this is something that I wanted to show you guys so that you have some idea. You know, here we are, COVID-19, you know, there's some concern about whether there are opportunities available, whether or not new employers are reaching out to us. And so this is just to give you some idea, comparing summer and fall of 19 and summer and fall of 20. So if you look at the number of approved employers, you can see that even though there's not as many employers, we still have a steady group of employers who are adding every day. We approve anywhere from 10 to 30 or 40 employers a day. And so, you know, don't think that there's not something in there for you. When it comes to jobs, our jobs they really haven't changed a whole lot. If you look at the numbers, and initially they were getting slower, but now we're back up. And so we're, you know, for a week, we're showing more than 1,000 jobs. And that's, you know, that's a really great, a great note to us that things are changing. The one thing that I would say about this information is comparing last year's data as far as employers to this year's data. We actually began using Handshake 2 years ago. So as you can imagine, you know, it being a new system, more employers were adding daily. And so, you know, the smaller numbers are really not of a lot of concern, and we still have a good number that are adding daily. But in 2018, when we started, it was booming. I mean, we now we have over 40,000 contacts in Handshake and around 20,000 employers. So good information for you to have, and you know, certainly check out these employers. Go into Handshake, as you saw earlier, find those employers, follow them. If they choose to provide their contact information, you'll actually see that and be able to reach out to them as well. Leanne. So events. As I mentioned earlier, we have a ton of virtual events. Employers really want to help students right now, not just reaching out to those students to have information sessions, but they also want to be a resource for you and help you with resume critiques and interviewing tips, office hours. And so those are the things that you want to check out. You can view events by the current week, or you can view them a month at a time. You can save events. So you go in and you do a search again, save those events, and that way you're able to go back to those easily. The thing that I'd like to point out about your searching when you're using events is that students will see all events that are posted, even those that are posted at other schools, unless if they've invited Virginia Tech, unless you go in and you ask to see only those events posted at Virginia Tech. I personally would suggest that you leave that filter off. It's going to give you more opportunities to connect with more employers. And that's really what this system is all about, is helping you to connect and become successful, find that opportunity that you're interested in. Leanne. So that pretty much is just a quick review of Handshake. If you have questions, we can certainly take those questions, answer some questions that you have. If you've, experienced something great and you want to mention that, or if you have questions about, you've not been able to get into it, Every student has an account. Every student's account is active. You will use your single sign-on to get into the system. So I hope this has been helpful, and we'll certainly take any questions if you'd like.
Thank you, Lisa. And so just note, you'll see our beautiful building, and one of these days we hope before too long we're going to be able to all invite everybody to appreciate that building. Yet when it's, once again, it's too quiet not having you all in this building. But you can see our address, you see our main number. That still, of course, is in effect. If you have questions, want to give that number a call, absolutely do that. And then once more, there's our website address.